So there are conversations which actually slow things down in organizations. They actually stop the work. Things don't move forward very well. One of them is unproductive conversations. Another thing that slows things down in organizations are missing conversations. We're actually, if we were to study your usage of the different types of conversations and follow the extent to which you use them, we would find that there are certain conversations which don't happen. They're missing. They're just not being done. Then there are incomplete conversations, and then there are the inappropriate conversations. So let me briefly tell you what I mean by each of these. So unproductive conversations probably doesn't happen in your organization, but there are organizations in which complaints occur, where people are complaining about stuff. So complaints are generally, there are exceptions, are generally unproductive conversations. And why we call them unproductive conversations is because complaints are frequently delivered to people who can't resolve the complaint. So that's one reason they're unproductive. I'm not complaining. I have a particular issue. I go complain to David about it, but David's not the person I should be complaining to. I should be complaining to Brian. And I know that, but I don't go to Brian because then I have a story about why I don't go to Brian. So I go to David. And it wastes David's time, and generally complaints are disempowering for people. They take people's energies away. It gets them frustrated. They get upset. They get angry. They get resentful. So it has a negative effect, and it slows things down. There are the other reason that complaints are unproductive is that people frequently really don't want to solve them. They get a payoff from having that kind of complaint. It's kind of like, it's more fun to make the government wrong than it is to actually get involved in politics. It's a lot of work to go take on a campaign or to vote to get laws changed. It's much easier to just complain about how ineffective government is. I'll put myself in that category. It's much easier to do that. So not only do we complain to the wrong people, but frequently we have no interest in resolving it. There are, however, a body of complaints in which people really do want to solve those issues. And we call those committed complaints. And they are very much a source of change in organizations. They're a way of improving efficiency, operational effectiveness, performance. So they are valued. But generally, complaints are unproductive.
Committed complaints are ones in which the person making the complaint really wants to get it resolved and takes it to people who are in a position to resolve it and does what is necessary to get it resolved.
Blaming is another form of unproductive communication. And blaming occurs, obviously, whenever we say someone or something else is the cause of the problem. It doesn't have anything to do with me. It doesn't have anything to do with my unit. It has to do with something else. For example, one of the complaints we get frequently from project managers, which is also a form of blame, which is, well, why are you having problems? Well, because of scope creep. Scope creep's just chewing us all up. Well, it's both a complaint and it both blames, because there's actually things that can be done about that, and it gets us off the hook. If you were to go through the Smithers case, you'd probably find that Smithers is blaming a few things. I'd also suggest that the answers you gave up on the board was blaming a few things. But that's part of what we want to begin to explore. So blaming has a negative impact also, and it doesn't produce anything. And then there's gossip. Gossip is an unproductive form of communication because mostly gossip is designed to, in some way, disempower the reputation of another person or an institution. So we're engaged in negative comments about people with the, we say, well, that's not my intention, I just want to let you know, with the effect of lowering somebody's reputation or doing damage to their reputation and their standing in a particular community, which immediately reduces their potential effectiveness because people then listen to or interact with that person consistent with the gossip. And it becomes unproductive because it doesn't forward anything we're out to accomplish. from the standpoint of an organization. It clearly forwards what we're out to accomplish. If I'm out to do damage, if I want to destroy Peg Pennington's reputation, I just start a gossip campaign about her and I'll eventually be successful. So these tend to be the unproductive forms of communication.